But we time a fish, bet not leave a minute.
The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Dolphins and the Seahawks, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
About ready to get us going. And off we go from Seattle. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw here. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to first and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one too low.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a third and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The seventh play now of this opening drive. This is third and long, though. Back to throw again. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on third down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's fourth and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Watkins. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's not a play that you see it that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Touchdown, Seattle!
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. I would find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watkins. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They have 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Watkins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run again with Walker. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They find some open field here. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. This is taken at the 15. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. Miami's offense set and ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. To throw on 3rd down. Watkins. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And taken right on the 30. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And they will take over 1st and 10. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Room here to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker. 66 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper. And a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll start by running the option to the right. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
To throw on 2nd down. Watkins. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle. 74 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. They'll look to throw here on first down. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. Touchdown! Noah Fant, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. The drive summary, 4 carries, 75 yards. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
It's a big play there for Miami. 47 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second and 9. Hall again on 2nd down. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they followed them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both of these coaching staffs with some big decisions to make coming up as the preseason draws to a close. This second half is going to be filled with a lot of evaluation. And to bring it your way, we go back to Brandon God.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On first down, right back to Hall.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
As we surmised, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
On the counter, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
18-11. Hurry!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Looking to throw. Watkins.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And the Seahawksons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and 5. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Channing Tindall, the one who got through to drop him.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, Those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
On second down, it's Walker. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Hall again on second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Operating from the gun. Watkins caught outright by Patton. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. On 1st and 10, Watkins. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Here's the backup, Jacoby Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Been a bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, 1-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Miami set to take over. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
A first down throw for Brissett. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. 56 yards.
And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has.
He's got a man complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On first down, Gordon, pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Golden.
54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the first down.
So that one seemed even to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So now here come the Dolphins.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
We're set on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Gilbert. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Brissett sets to throw it. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Now Brissett on 4th down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Again, it's Brissett. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 15.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got room. There he goes right side. 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Seahawks use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And it would appear right now that they are headed towards a 1-2 preseason record. And this dress rehearsal for the starters has not gone according to plan.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. To throw, Brissett. He finds his man, complete. That's Gilbert.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man winning coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
3rd and short yardage, Brissett. Got his man complete over the middle. That's counter. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Brissett. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He's going to let it go again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. 33 yards.
And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Partner, pretty solid, convincing win here in this one. We did have some excitement down to the very end, though. This game ended on a rare onside kick, but they didn't recover it.
And they were in great shape anyway, but going ahead and recovering, finishing things off, being part of that good hands team, it's an honor, but you want to make sure you do actually recover the ball.
Well, I'm just glad that it gave us a little something there at the end because this one was over beforehand.
You're right. You're exactly right. Down the stretch, last one. Yeah, that gives us a little something to bounce out of here on.